Alright, I decided to come back and show you guys just this little bit. I think I did tell you in the beginning that this is a 360. So I hope you can see this lace right here. And as you can see, my edges are not that great at all. And this olive oil actually, this olive miracle edges really did nothing to my edges. They are not perm, they are natural, and they are nappy. So I decided to use a little bit of this Got to Be Glued. And what I'm going to do is put this around the edges, not so much on my hair, because my edges are natural and they are not so great anyway. But I'm going to just put a little bit around the edges, around my hairline for the most part. And then I am going to take this lace and lay this down before I actually do my cornrows. So I decided to show you guys this little part. I did this right side already. It's not quite dry. So just going to lay some of this Got to Be Glued. Actually, as you can see, it's right on my hairline. Of course, it's a little bit on my edges. And I am just going to take this lace and pull it. Pulling it down on that Got to Be Glued. Alrighty, now here we go. I am going to braid onto braids. Because I am going to be using the braiding hair to do my butterfly braids. I'm actually going to try to get these braids as tight as I can. Basically, you know, with the butterfly braids, you want them not to be so tight because you are going to loosen them up. That's kind of like the whole process of the style. So again, the main thing I'm trying to do is trying to keep this hair flat as possible as I'm braiding it, because the braiding hair that I'm going to use to do the mermaid braids or the butterfly braids is going to lay on top of here, on top of this braid. So I really do want to have this as straight or as flat as possible. So with the end of this braid, I'm actually going to bring this around and connect it with this other braid so that it could be one. One braid, which is, this is the side that my hair is going to lay on. The end of the butterfly braids is going to hang on this side. So again, I'll just put a clamp right here just to hold that in place and keep that from unraveling. And there I have my two braids. It's probably laying about as flat as I can get it. This side and then this side, as well as the back. It's probably about as flat as I can get it. Now I've already have my two braids pre-braided. They are braided with a 1B mixed with the pink. My favorite color is pink, so I decided to do pink. And I'm actually going to add a little more, actually one more pack. This is one pack that I split in half. And if you're wondering what these two are, these is actually going to be my baby hair. I don't play with my baby hair, meaning when I do baby hair, I do some baby hair. Some people say, oh, that's just too much, but hey, one thing about us ladies, you know, your hair has to look good to who? You, the person that's wearing it. So, what am I going to do? I am actually going to lay this braid on top of this other cornrow that I just did, and I'm actually going to sew it down. So I started almost at the very tip. And I'm just going to use needle and thread, and I am going to start sewing this braid down on top of this braid. Needle and thread, already threaded. I don't know if there is any specific way to tell you how to sew it other than making sure that you sew this braid on top of the other braid, and then for sure pulling it so that you can have that security and that stability. Alrighty, so I've already started sewing this side. I actually just took the pre-braided braid that I already braided, laid it here on the cornrow that I did, and I actually just started sewing. And the way that I sew is I go in and out the same way that I just came. So I just came out this way. I'm going to go back under and in. And again, remember this is a 360 that I'm doing this on, so I'm going in and I can feel the lace and the braid, the cornrow that I did. And I just came out, so I'm going to go back in this same spot that I came out. You can see. Hopefully you can. Okay, so I have got this one braid sewn on, and this is the end of my thread. So I am going to just, of course, cut that, but hopefully you can see I just sewed it on to the cornrow that I already have, that I already braided here. Once I do the other side, of course, I'm going to bring that around, and it's going to come around and meet with this one. So this next one will be coming. I'm actually going to start this braid here and begin sewing. I'm going to knock my clamp off. Hopefully it doesn't unravel. I don't want it to be too close because I do want you to be able to see my part here. So again, the way that I sew is I go in the same way that I came out. So if that makes sense, I'm coming out right here, pulling it, of course, nice and secure, and I'm going to go back in the same way I just came out. I'm going back up under and back out this this way, pulling it nice and secure, and then I'm going to go back in the same way I just came out. And of course I'm making sure that I am going into that cornrow that I did earlier. And this is actually giving me the security as well. And again, remember, this is a 360 that I'm doing this on. This is not my actual natural hair. So as I'm going in and out, I'm actually making sure too that I'm going in and out of this 360 that I have on. Alrighty, so I'm going to finish this. I'm going to continue to go around so that I can meet this on the other side, and then I shall be back very shortly. Okay, so again, this is the hair that I'm going to be using to finish off. It's called Easy Professional. It's 1B pink. It's already pre-stretched, pre-layered. That's one of the reasons why I like this hair. It's really nice and soft. And I am going to use this to add on add these all in together. Alrighty, y'all. So I end up only using a little bit less than half of this. I tried to add all this, and that is just going to be just too much hair for me. So I end up using a little bit less than half. This is thick enough for me. Actually, this is a little bit too long for me because I am going to be dancing this weekend, and I don't think I'm going to like this hanging this long. And for those who don't know, yes, I am a soul line dancer, and we are going to an event this weekend, and what I don't want is this to be irritating me. So I may just end up pinning this up some kind of way. I'm not sure. I'll figure that out. But of course, the thing about butterfly braids is you need to loosen these up. You need to stretch these out. Stretch them out as much as you can. This is the whole process of this style, is to kind of loosen these braids up as much as you can. Some people like theirs real messy. I'm going to be dancing all weekend, so I don't need them to be too messy to begin with, because they are going to be messy in the end. So again, I am going to go through and I'm going to stretch these out. Not too much where they're too messy, but I am going to stretch them out a little bit to make this braid bigger and thicker. Well, actually it looks thicker because it's stretched out. And I'm going to debate whether I'm going to leave this hanging. I'm going to probably pin this up some kind of way. I'll figure that out, and I'll do my baby hairs, and I'll be back and we'll have the final style. Okay, so now I am laying down my hair. This is the hair that I just laid down. Some people say, oh, that is way too much. Supposed to be baby hair. Well, I have a big forehead and I do not care. I have to lay me some hair down. So I am about to do this side as well. And once I finish this side, this style will be pretty much complete. I am done, and I have to get ready for this line dance event that I am so looking forward to. LA bound. Yes. So again, I think I told y'all in the beginning, I don't play when it comes to my little baby hair. What's that? Oh, that ain't no baby hair. That's some waves or something that you can make. Yep. You can call them some waves. Whatever. As you can see, I'm using my Got To Be Glued because this is going to hold all weekend long. It will hold. This Got To Be Glue is no joke. Even with the sweating that I do. You know, I don't sweat a lot, but what I do, it will hold, and I don't have to worry about this little hair going nowhere. I'll probably play around with these just a little bit more. But, hey, remember what I said. You gotta like your hair before anybody else. I think what I'm going to do is put a hot rod and curl the end of this braid. I have some rods over here. Trick where you take the rod. Everybody knows this little works all the time. Put this little rod in here, dip it in some hot water. Booyah, be a little curl on the end, and we'll be set. And if by chance it starts getting on my nerve and bugging me this weekend, I will surely pin it up. Take a couple extra bobby pins with me. But this is our finished product. I'll come back with some pictures soon. Remember, we just sewed these on top of the cornrows that I did. This is the top.